Okay. Good morning. It's Loretta West, and I'm with Color Garden Studio, and today we're going to have a holiday-themed Zentangle lesson, which I hope you'll find to be lots of fun. Just take a minute before we start to get yourself situated. Maybe take some deep breaths. Maybe lift your shoulders a little bit and let them fall down. Do that a few times or circle them. This time of year, for some reason, we can get ourselves pretty uptight. It's a lot of expectation, lots to do. Good that you're taking this time for yourself today. So you can use a square piece of paper or a rectangular piece of paper. I'm going to be using the Zentangle circular piece of paper, which looks like that on the back. You can write something on the back here, the date, how you're feeling, maybe a wonderful holiday memory that is coming to you today, or maybe a wish for how this holiday season will be in your life, or how you will be in it. And you're going to need a pencil. I just have a regular HB pencil. Some sort of pen. It doesn't have to be a special black pen like I have. It can be a ballpoint pen in whatever color you want. This happens to be a Faber-Castell, what's it, 0.5, which is about like that. It's a little thicker than an 01, probably double the thickness. And I've got a backup pen of the same kind so that in case I run out of ink, which happens. I don't think I'm going to need it today, but I have it just in case, and that's a tortillon, which is something to spread out the graphite if we're doing any shading. I also have a gold pen, a deco colored liquid gold paint marker, an extra fine in case I want to add some bling. And in case I want to do some colors, which I know I will want to do, I've got some Tombow markers. They actually had disappeared for a while. Had them in the bottom of a knitting bag. Probably got things mixed up, I think. And I found them the other day and went, oh, there you are. I've been looking for you for weeks. And there you are. So I like them. The colors are beautifully vibrant. The only thing about them is that they're not light fast. So if you want to do something that's going to last, you either have to keep it away from the light, or you can spray it with a fixative to keep a UV fixative to keep those harsh UV fading lights away from it. Okay. So this is going to be a fun class. I think we're gonna visit Gnome World. The Gnome World, get it? Joke, ha, bad. Okay. And I know they're really popular, but they're really cute. I've got them. Oh, I should have brought mine out of the storage box. I haven't decorated yet, but I did last year. I bought a big gnome, and he is probably about 6 pounds. And I was just carrying him around the store like you carry a kid. And I thought, oh, I really like you. You're really comfortable and comforting. So I bought him. And so anyway, whatever it takes. Okay. I'm just going to dial this in a little bit so you can see better. And I'm going to take my pencil. I'm going to start with our gnomes. And the idea with this is that if you want to do it in the square, you can. And I'm going to start at the bottom. Your gnomes don't have to start right at the bottom. They can start over here, over there, whatever you're comfortable with. I mean, they do move around. And I'm just going to sort of judge where the center is from this side to this side, not from there to there. And just do a little dot right there. That's my little aiming bit. And I'm going to start with the little hat. It's a little, as we can't say in Canada, the toque. And I'm doing it in pencil, and because I want to go over later with pen, so my lines may change. And then we have the nose, the quite prominent nose here. And finishing off this hat. And a beard. And when I first saw this one, I saw it online, I thought, oh, this reminds me of the comic strip. I'm just going to give him a little ponytail. Hagar the Horrible. I don't know if you saw that. I don't think it even happens anymore. I don't know. Okay. And then we give him a nice little squat body. Very simple. You can see just a few lines and you have a form. You have a being. And then I'm going to tuck one in beside it. There's his little shoulder and then his little body down here. And I'm going to give him a little hat. Oh, looks like snow shoveling has begun out there. Okay. And if you have another way you like to do gnomes, because they're really popular, oh, I'm going to make it a little fatter over there. Go right ahead and do it the way you like to do it, which is probably different than how I do it, and someone else is real unique. I think I want this a little more pointy. That's why I do it in pencil first, so I can sort of work out the bugs, especially if I haven't drawn yet this morning, which I haven't done. And this one, I'm going to give him a sort of a windswept appearance. Oh, and I just get two in here. And this is sort of a windswept beard. Or it could be a lot of moose in there. And then his kind of rotund body coming down there. And I'm trying to be careful too that they're not all the same height. I want to have them varied. So I'm going to tuck another guy right in here. And it could be a girl. I mean, it doesn't have to be a boy gnome. It could be a girl gnome. You could do the face with the braids if you wish. This is your time and your space, and you get to do what you want. So there's my little guy here. This one I'm going to do, his nose is going to be down a little bit below the brow or the brim of the hat. And this just happened yesterday. So I'm going to do it again, which is like this, and like that, and over like this, and then a rim around the inside. And he has goggles, ski goggles. And some very serious mustache, Yosemite Sam kind of thing. Again, I'm really dating myself today, but that's what I remember. Some bottom lip here. So 3 characters. I mean, they look like characters, and they bring me joy when I look at them. They make me laugh and chuckle, which is what I was going for. Okay, so I'm going to take my pen and go over and maybe add some things. I'm going to add a little bit of a pom-pom or something on the end of this toque. coming down. So I've got my pen is 0.5 Faber-Castell Pitt pen. No, I have a lot. Quite a few, not a lot. Quite a few, I will say, of holiday-related Zentangle lessons on my YouTube channel. And so you might want to check that out. Loretta West, CZT Color with an OUR Color Garden Studio. And see what else there is. I should actually group them. I'll do that today. Group them, make a little holiday one, because I know I've got some ornaments in there, some other cute drawings. And then we're just going to carry on here. A little stocking cap here. And if you're wanting to know, like, well, what should I do? How should my gnome be? Get some ideas. There's so much on the internet. Just like, wow. So many ideas that people have given them that might help you to come up with ideas of your own. A little jumping off place. I want to thank you for joining me today and taking this time for yourself. It means a lot to me that you're here. Okay, I'm just going to do the inside of his goggles. Whoops, little mistake there. That's okay. He hit a tree that day and he kind of got smushed. You could add things. You could put skis behind them or snowboards in front of them. With tangles on them. That would be cool. I think I'll do a little on that one too. Okay, I'm just going to add some lines here to give it a little texture. And it doesn't matter if yours looks different than what I'm doing. That's great. It looks like yours. And that's what matters. You bring yourself into it. Then we can do some tangles. Either you can, do their torso or their hat or both. And I'm just going to start. I'm going to start in the upper right here. A couple of parallel lines. I'm keeping it really simple here because I don't have a lot of room. And then some orbs right there. And then some zigzag and maybe some triangles in there. Just think fun. Think about winter designs that you've seen, and maybe, this great Nordic sweaters with all their designs. Do a few snowflakes kind of here. I'm just very roughly putting in a few sort of snowflake kind of details. Okay, and then you're going to do them here. I want to again start with this parallel lines, but they're going to be on the angle and slightly curved. Sort of like a candy cane. And that one's, I'm just going to do, that's it. That's all he's going to have. And this one, I'm going to do it this way. So my husband said I should figure out what color would I use for those reflective goggles, a pinky purple, orange, metallic ski goggle color. I don't know that somebody makes that, but if you know of something I could use for that metallic ski goggle color, write it in the chat or say it out loud. Good try. Maybe silver would have to be, I don't know, or maybe gold leaf, and then it would reflect. I'm not sure. So then here I thought, okay, I could do a little sort of star kind of thing here. So what I'm gonna do is take my black pen and I'm just gonna leave little white marks here to give it that starry night kind of quality. And this is tiny, 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 tiny. And I wish I would have done that on the whole hat, but now it's not too late actually. I could do that. So I'm gonna go right over. See, I love Zentangle. So I go right over where I was done and where I put the stripes. I changed my mind. I want to do Starry Night all over this hat. And I can do that. I can go right over those stripes. And change it up. And then I can go in later with a white gel pen as well and add some more stars to it. Or you can just do it all black, puddle in all the black, and then go in later with a white gel pen and you have the same kind of effect. We were in town this week. It was a bright sunny day and we saw this woman and she was walking down the street. She has a beautiful white parka on and her hat was gold lame and it just shone like the sun. I mean, it was really amazing. And inside the hood of her jacket was also the gold lame and it shone. I mean, it really was something. And I thought, wow, there's fashion. That's cool. So, like I said, if you want to, I don't have time to show you today, but you could certainly add tangles. Well, hang on a second, there's one. Hang on. Trying to get the name of it. Okay. Dolly Bolin, Bolen, who is a Zentangle teacher. She did this great pattern. I gotta find it now. I'm just gonna catch up while I just Google about here. And there you go. Okay, she lives in the next province over. Really nice gal. Where is her little one she did here? She's done a lot of them. I gotta go through them all. But this one is based on mountains. Here it is. Tangled Mountain by Dolly Bolin. And so we're gonna do it on, let's do it on this guy's, the middle guy's sweater here. It's pretty simple. It is. So I want to do a line down here for the bottom of it so I don't get crazy. So it's just like that. One peak, another peak, and one could be taller. It doesn't have to all be the same size. So your mountains, and then zigzaggy for the snow. And then you can aura that if you wish. Let's just write that down. Oh, okay, something like that. So some sort of sweater motif that you wanted to add. So let's start and think about the outside. So what I did a couple of samples. I'll show you. So I'll give you some options. The options speak. Okay, so this one I did a nature tangle outside deal. You can see I just started coloring it. And so that's one option, and I'll demonstrate how to do that. And the other one that I started yesterday is to do in the background this cool tangle called Nick, N-I-K, by the late great Bunny Wright, and another CCT that used to live in Ontario. And then I started to do some orbs around the outsides. So I really have to, and I'll show you how to do both these, but you just sort of decide, well, do I want it quite clean in the middle? And maybe you could write a word in there, or words. Or do I want it a little more busy and maybe do shading back here, and then these figures would be colored so they pop forward. And so you can decide what you want to do, or maybe there's another thing you want to do. I encourage you to do what you feel you would like to do if you've got other ideas. Okay, so let's just start this one by doing some around the edge. And I'm going to start with just an orb. And this one, can't think of the name of it, it's just gone. It'll come to me. Give me a while. I know it. No. Okay, that's it. And I can't think of the name of it, but that's what you do. Oh dear. Okay. And always fun when you can't remember. Okay. If anybody knows the name of that one. Cruffle, thank you so much, Jean. That is wonderful. So it's Cruffle. Yay. Hey, Jean. Okay. And I'm going to do a few more orbs around it. And then some vertigo. So that is sort of like a fir stem. or any kind of conifer. And being a conifer of any sort, you can make as many needles as you want. You don't have to have it jam-packed if you just want it simple like this one. I'm doing leave it at that. You're welcome to do that. I'm going to start adding some more in here. And go slowly. The slower you go, the more relaxed you'll become. Take it easy. Be gentle with yourself. Give yourself this time to be compassionate and kind to yourself. Whatever happens is okay. It's what's going on today. Then you can add a few berries in here if you wish. And you can add a little bit of holly there, so a single line coming out. Oh, all right, and then some scalloped leaf shape. And another vertigo. The last winter we did, and it's on the YouTube channel. So we did one similar, like the wreath part was very similar to what I'm doing, and with words, and so you might want to look it up on the YouTube channel. And we colored it. It was really beautiful. But of course, I couldn't find it when I went looking for it this week after I'd done my tidying. And also, I just realized I'm sitting here sort of sideways. So keep that in mind. I was sitting there, my legs crossed, my left shoulder down, and my spine kind of twisted. So try to keep that in mind, just where you are in space. Try to be as straight on to your work as you can be. I figure it's from doing homework on the bus that I've got such a bad habit um, of sitting funny. I don't know. So these sort of cross over, these first ones, and then you can just go in and fill in. This is one of my favorite tangles. So if you have a few moments during the hubbub that happens with visiting and whatnot, just to take a few moments to yourself to do a little tangling. Maybe first thing in the morning before everybody gets up. instead of launching into the kitchen. Try to take a few minutes, maybe just to do a little bit of this vertigo. Leave it as a surprise on the Christmas tree or as a place marker for somebody who's visiting or for yourself. I'm going to do another holly here. It's one of my favorite carols of all time is the Holly and the Ivy. That. I'm going to put some jingle bells in here. It's a bell shape. You can also do a ribbon. You could have ribbons coming in and out. Show you how to do that in a sec. And maybe some poke root. So it coming out here and out here. So if you Google nature tangles, there'll be all sorts of ideas for you to try to add to your wreath around these three crazy guys. We can also do, those are like sprigs coming out. That. So I'm going to show you how to do a ribbon. So I'm going to come down and thread it through. Have it come out, have the ribbon come out maybe. Do a loop. Oops, can see that. And wherever I can, I put in little orbs. It's like, okay, that fills the space so well. If there's anything else that you want to put in there, do you think, oh, that'll be, maybe other shapes like triangles or squares. Another orb in here. This one maybe looks more like an ornament. I'm going to turn this so it's easier, and then you can come through. I'm going to start this here. I'm going to start my vertigo and have it thread through. Ooh, fancy dancy. So it's going over and under through the ribbon. So I've sort of taken an unofficial poll of what people want to learn when they join the Tangle Tuesday Facebook group. I was asked them that question as part of the deal. And certainly more tangles, more patterns are up there. The other thing that's really up there is shading. So I will be doing something specific to shading in the new year. So if you're interested in finding out about shading and how to shade so things look a certain way, give them a 3D effect, then you'll want to catch that class. I'm just trying to figure out where to put these. And you could just, if you want to, you can make them all the same. If you want to just do vertical around the outside, then that is all you need to do. Or just orbs around the outside, or just some other pattern that comes to your mind. Like, oh, that'll be really cool here. Then give it a shot. Give it a try. It's paper and pen. That's all it is. It's here for you to have fun with and play with and experiment. And see what comes up. Oh, so there we go. So I'm just going to show you that part. Then we're going to show you how to do Nick. If you want to do a background thing, then we'll do a little color. Let's make sure. Okay. Let me get a piece of paper here. So this is, so you know, this is Strathmore 400 drawing paper, and I use it a lot. It comes in big sheets, so you can cut it down if you want. That's the cheapest way to buy it. It also comes in pads of different dimensions, but I love it because it just takes ink so well and pencil so well. It's a lovely, lovely thing. So Nick, N-I-K, and it's by Bunny Wright, who was a great gal. Okay, I'm gonna do this in honor of her memory. So start with 2 parallel lines and then a half a diamond there and half a diamond here. And then carry on 2 parallel lines. And then we start over here a little ways away, not too far away. Another one. So it's not in the same level. It's a level down. And then we're going to aura around this one on either side. Again, I'm leaning on my left shoulder again. Okay. And we'll do it 2 or 3 times on each side. And then we'll do the one next to it the same way, aura around it. And take a breath while you're doing this. Remember to breathe. When you're learning something, it's easy to forget to breathe. Carry on. And then I'm just going to carry on with this one and then stop where it hits the original design and then pick it up at the bottom. And you would carry on, and you could do, another one over here in different levels. And then in the center of each of these diamond shapes, you're going to draw a diamond. I'm just going to black that in. And where these little areas where it meets or doesn't quite meet, you can put in a line as well. And you can also darken it around this little bit, this little central diamond if you wish. Lots of possibilities with this beautiful little simple tangle. And of course the shading, because you have so many overlaps here, and maybe this is a good one to use in our shading lesson because of the overlapping that it has. I'm just going to do a little shading here. I'm going to show you on her sample. Whoops. Oh, come on. Okay. So here's one that she had done in her sample. Show you an idea. Once you add more elements, then you can do a lot of cool shadings. You can see that she's got that in there. Things are overlapping and looking really beautiful. So that's something you can do. So let's go back and do a little color on our guys here. I think I'll go back to my original one because that one, the one I just started, this one, I think I'm going to use watercolor on, but I don't have time for that right now. Plus I don't have water. Okay, so let's go with this guy, these guys, and just continue to do a little color. And that sort of picking out some festive colors, bright colors. So pick whatever you want, whatever fits for you today. Oh, I've got a dark green in here somewhere. Yep, there it is. Okay, so here I've got my vertigo. I can go in there, the green, and I've got the bullet tip and I'm using of this marker, so it has a brush tip and a bullet tip, and a lot of markers do these days. It's very handy to have both. And I've got somewhere up here, so I'm just gonna, everywhere I see that, I come in with my green, and then I don't have to keep switching pens all over the place. And then putting it down, then forgetting where I put it. Then it rolling away. Avoid all that. Make it simple. Make it easy on yourself. I'm just going to be careful that I'm not putting my fingers where I just did and smearing it. So careful where I put my hand when I do this. You could do candy canes around the edge. I was thinking about doing another one, and I would do a little reindeer, little stick reindeer. Maybe that'll be another idea I can work on this winter. That's the problem I find is I have too many projects. Eventually, some of them actually get done. So really simple. I'm just going over this and getting little evergreen boughs, a little tickle of color. I'm not being too exact about it because they're pretty tiny. I'd have to have a very tiny pen to do that. Oh, there's a magpie just went by. Okay. Oh, there's another one. Oh, they're hanging out. They were hanging out by the window. They just flew off when I moved. Cool. Okay. So then I've got some reds here. Got 3 reds here. So what do I have? Oh, they up there named. No, they're not. They're just numbered 885, 755, and 847. So I'm just going to get this brightest red. I think I'm going to go in and do some of the poke root in this bright red. Whoa, it's almost an orangey red. I would call it a scarlet. I might add some more darker red to it to bring it down a touch. So I've got some darker red in here. I'm just gonna give it a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Bring it down. You're really red. I think this one's really pink. I'm just gonna try it. Ooh, super pink. Super pink. Maybe not. But this guy. Oh, that's better. Okay. Really picky on my reds today. Okay, maybe do some more of these, some of these berries. I've drawn a few stars in there as well. I'm really, okay. Drawing stars and sewing are 2 things that I am not good at, and I accept that. So I only put a few in. So I'm varying it up with my reds and it's a real cherry red color. Going in around the vertigo. Just have fun coloring it in. And you don't have to color if you just want to do shading and pencil. Oh, there's a flicker. I tell you, it's birdland out here today. Well, there's two flickers just hanging out under the porch cover, looking out at the snow falling. Okay. And so that gives you an idea what you can do. And you know, you can add what kind of ribbon color I would use here. Do I want blue? Do I want green? Red? Got a lot of red. Let's just go with this blue. When we were first married, and it was our first Christmas, and I had blue decorations. Like I had a blue wreath I put on the door. And my husband put up with it for a few years. Then one day he just said, or one year, he said, do we have to put up the blue wreath? Do we have to put up this blue decoration? I said, yeah, you know, for a gift or whatever they were. I think they were a gift for my sister. And he said, because Christmas is red and green. And that's that. So that's our joke now. Our joke is that Christmas is red and green. I think that's a ribbon in there. Oh yeah. Yeah. So have fun. If you wish, there's a couple things you can do. You can go to the Tangle Tuesday, 2 words, Facebook page and join it and spread your creations there just so everybody can see. You can also put them on Instagram and please tag me under Loretta, Loretta .west, W-E-S-T .artist. I'd love to see what you're doing. Also hashtag Tangle Tuesday. And if you wish to donate to keep these lessons free or nearly free for everybody and to keep me in happy pens, please feel free to do so. You can hit the donate now button, which is on the splash page of this YouTube channel. You can also send me a note and I can send you a PayPal link to pay whatever you can afford. Would be greatly appreciated. I wish you a very warm, healthy, and happy holiday. Thank you very much for joining me today.